So I have not uploaded in some time, and I want to apologize for that because I did want to be a weekly contributor, and I have done a very awful job of that in the last few months. So I am very sorry about that. Been dealing with some things, and I just have not been able to organize my thoughts for topics for the YouTube channel, and I felt like if I did think of anything, it was just kind of half thrown together, and I didn't want to just do it just to do it. At the same time, I kind of feel like I just dropped the channel and stuff, and I hate that even more. So, a little bit of a personal confession. I know I've mentioned this recently, as in some of the last videos I had made, that I was having some difficulty with my husband as far as trying to decide on if we would add another baby to our family, and him not being on board until I was no longer asking and wanting it, and then he would be on board, and it's been a mess. Well, he had agreed to me quitting birth control and us trying for a baby, but after I got off birth control, then I realized that it wasn't the answer. I like to keep myself busy so that I don't focus on my marriage and its problems. It's kind of hard. Starting this YouTube channel, it was to seek fulfillment and keep myself busy. Working at my local library was to pour into the community and to keep myself busy. So I've been just trying to keep myself busy, but it does keep getting hit right in the face that things aren't working. Whether it be just him showing that my thoughts don't matter and he doesn't have respect for my opinion. He's made some large purchases that I have not agreed with, and he's just pushing his own agenda, and he's just thinking about what he wants. And even though he was saying, okay, let's have another baby, he was at the same time making some very selfish decisions that would make it more uncomfortable to be inviting another child into the mix. So that makes it tough. So I had to tell him that I wasn't sure about having a baby. So I've been dealing with those different things since the new year hit, having that need to organize and clean out closets. Cleaning up my closet meant moving some baby blankets out, which then, okay, I'm going to use these blankets for our daughters. Well, then need to kind of clean up their closet and get rid of baby things that we're not using. And it was very hard because I may not be using them ever again. So having to let go of those different things. And I have strong attachments to inanimate objects, so it felt like getting rid of them, even though I realized that I'm not, and by them, I'm sorry, I mean my daughters, getting rid of them as babies. And I adore them. They are so important to me. So obviously I don't want to get rid of anything that makes me think of them. So it was a lot of crying and just trying to deal with, okay, I know what isn't going to work for us right now. I need to make steps towards having a healthier life. And so the last few months, it's been learning my own desires for me, to have comfort and joy, and just to be able to breathe easier without dread. So even though I knew that my marriage wouldn't be working out, I realized that I'm not going to be able to wait as long as what I had originally hoped. That I'm not going to be able to wait till my girls are in school and it's easier. I'm not going to be able to go back to school and get a degree so that I can have a better job. It appears that what I'm going to have to do is look for work and have it be a sooner rather than later thing. We had also had discussions, my husband and I, about I don't have the desire to spend time with him, and that we don't have similar interests. I tried not to be mean, which it's tough because I would like to tell him that I know about, some of his things that he hides, and that I know that he thinks that he is a good liar, or he has me fooled, but I don't want it to become vindictive, because he's still my daughter's father, and unfortunately, I can't get rid of him. So, I'm trying to think long term. I need it to be smooth. I need this to work out. But instead of making myself so busy, and it's funny because it's easy to make myself busy in little things and just pretend like I'm able to be completely separate from him, but I'm not, of course, because we live in the same house. But it's extremely crippling to have to figure out, how am I going to do this all by myself? Because I don't know. I've never had to be a single mom before. So I don't know what that's going to entail. I don't know how hard it's going to be to make ends meet. And I don't know how I'm going to make schedules work. Because as it is, I have to worry about childcare all the time. It doesn't matter if we both have work things. I'm always in charge of the children and the childcare. And that's not going to change. I'm always going to have to be on my game. And it's always going to fall on me. So he will pick up hours, or he will do what he wants. And I'm just going to have to always be able to adapt. And that's really hard. And it scares me. And I'm sure plenty of you understand that feeling of when it's just crippling and you just want to cry. You just want to stay in bed. And you'd rather put up with a bad situation than figure out a new one. And that's ridiculous, because I would be happier. My children would be happier. So I'm trying to focus on that. And it's tough because it's so hard applying. Because even if I want something, I want a job, I'm just so terrified to make any step forward. But I'm not going to get anywhere, and my own stress is just going to compound itself. So it's interesting to be so afraid of the only thing that's going to set you free. But all you can do is try. So, and that's something with I think a lot of us, not just those with BPD, but plenty of us, we have a hard time with conquering and facing the different fears. As I mentioned before, I believe my mom does have a more severe case of borderline personality disorder, and she's afraid of a lot of things. And she makes it seem like it's the end of the world if she has to face them. So paperwork, any kind of paperwork, she just has a meltdown and she just freaks out. And I've seen it many times with her that the more afraid she is of things and she hides from them, the smaller her world gets. And so then she's afraid by much smaller things, like being in a social situation. So I'm trying to conquer those things. I'm trying to purge myself, and that's what I'm going to be working on, is purging myself of anything that is unhealthy. And it's tough because, if you see anything on Pinterest where it's inspirational quotes and saying to not give your time to somebody who doesn't give it back equally or doesn't appreciate you, that's so hard to do. Because it's so much easier to put up with being treated badly than be alone. And to be able to say out loud, I don't matter. Mom? Sorry, my daughter had a question. And that's the other thing, it's gonna be hard to find work. I want to work from home. It's gonna stink, and I don't have a quiet home. Because my one daughter is just in nursery school, and that's only 2 days a week. And then my now 3-year-old is not in school yet, so at all. So it's going to be very complicated the next couple of years, trying to figure out those things. And what can I do that I can work from home so that it doesn't matter that my husband, ex, doesn't help with childcare, and I don't really have a babysitter, and I can't have a perfectly quiet house because I have knocks on the door and stuff like that. So I'm trying to remind myself it's a challenge and it will be worth it. But so before I paused, saying how it's easier to be treated badly than to say that out loud to yourself, that you don't matter to somebody or to anybody, I suppose. And I've only been in a couple relationships, so it's very hard, and I haven't had to do it much of the coming to terms of they don't love me. And even though I've known with my current husband that he has not loved me for years, it's one of those things, we don't even say it. We haven't said it since I don't even know when. Last summer, maybe. I think we made an attempt once, but it was really weird and unnatural. And so before that, could have been an additional 6 months. So it could have been a year, maybe longer, that since we had really said I love you. So it's taken me, we're gonna be coming up in a few months on our 5-year wedding anniversary, and it's taken me this whole time because we ran into problems right away in our marriage. Within 5 weeks or so, I found out about some things, and I just slowly started dying since then. So it's been a very slow death of the relationship that now, 5 years later, almost, I'm finally saying, okay, I think I'm ready. Mom? Sorry. See? Yeah. Anyways, it's a very slow death. Being able to say, you don't love me anymore, and I'm okay with it, and I can stand without you, and to be able to no longer have any anger over that, to where I'm not gonna be mad when even when he's with somebody else. I'm gonna be perfectly fine with that. And I don't know if everyone has a hard time like this, and it makes it seem like that they make it seem like it's not that hard, that they can handle things with grace, but I don't. I'm a let's burn the world down, because I cannot handle strong emotions. And so for me, as much as I would like to be loved, as much as I would like a relationship, to feel passion, to feel all that good stuff that we all want, I don't feel like I can. I don't feel like it's good for me, because I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the people I pick, but arguments aren't healthy. Even though being at that high of this is amazing and you're amazing and this is wonderful is great, when they hurt you, when they reject you, it is so painful, and that I can't handle. And in the past, I've turned to self-harm or wanting to end it all, and I really don't want that for my life. I have 2 little girls to look after and to take care of and to be here for, so I can't do those things either. So I guess it's just one of those things where, it's taken me a long time to get to this point. And I can't let anyone penetrate that barrier again. But that's okay. And as long as I remember that, and I hold myself to that, then everything is going to be just fine. So, anyways, really unloaded on you. Sorry about that. I guess maybe if anybody else is going through a bit of a difficult time, job change, relationship change, feeling torn between what they really desire in their heart, but then what really makes sense or what's healthy for them. Anybody who is dealing with some of those turmoils, I hope that maybe you find some solace knowing that some of us are absolutely dying inside with it all too. So, yes, I am not sure when I will do my next video, and I'm sorry about that. If you have any suggestions about anything that you want to hear about, I guess, I don't know. I'm not even an expert, so I guess, I tried to do research into some of the things, like the male BPD, and I haven't done any new reading on it, just for just BPD in general, just due to, again, having some personal things. But anyway, so I try to cite, a book or a doctor, but I haven't been delving into many of those things lately. So until I'm hit with inspiration or things calm down, I think I'm going to have to take a bit of a break. I really appreciate all of you. I hope somehow I'm able to be beneficial to somebody, because that's all I'm really here for, is wanting to help out anyone I possibly can. So take care, and thank you.